There are too many people.
Like everything else, the same width and length. You're going for about 12 to 14 inches, probably about 30 inches long, and then we're going to be folding it 3 and then wrapping it in plastic. Plastic this time because we're going to let it sit for now 2 days in the fridge, between now and our next class. We're going to need some rest, but we don't want it to dry out. If it dries out, these thin layers could end up being ruined, and we could end up having, a more difficult time. If you got dried out on the surface, it would start cracking. And that would lose some of its puff.
Kind of like the crap that we had downstairs last semester for garbage day.
Yeah, some of that stuff starts getting dried out. And if it does that, you see, instead of having 289 layers, now you're down, let's say, 270 or 250. Well, it still will puff. It won't puff as well as it could. So we hope that we all get, we're always shooting for 100% puff. We hope we get every layer we can. We know we're going to lose a couple layers just in the process of things. Things are going to be always imperfect. But, it's okay to dream, It's okay to dream. It's okay to shoot for 289. So like usual, I shoot for width first. I always try to get a little width. You'll notice how my dough always slides around a bit because I have a good amount of flour down. Don't underestimate the power of this dough to stick to the surface, and if it does, it'll tear those thin layers of dough and cause you to get leaks. You'll start to getting butter leaks. When you see a butter leak, what that means basically is that you're losing layers. So we don't want to lose layers if we can help it.
Crap, I must have lost a ton of layers then, huh?
Every time you see a leak, you know you're losing a few. So I'm plenty long here. It's a 32-inch rolling pin, so that's long enough. So I'm just going to go for a little more width. Yeah, but even if she did say it, she couldn't do anything about it.
And it's on video.
Oh
yeah. It's gonna be on everybody's face.
Three folds, right? Ah, see, look at that. They even got a little burst out. A little bit of butter showing. I don't like to see that, but that's something that is inevitable sometimes. You're going to get a little leak from time to time.
Yeah, I think I'm going to the same thing.
I know.
Dancing, green, coloring.
So, that means I'm at 5 pounds of puff pastry to play with on Friday. That's a lot of puff pastry. I mean, think about it. That's going to make for, as many florons and boulevants and apple tarts that I want to make.
What was the one that like what was that called?
Boulevant?
I don't know. That the elephant ear that you pulled out.
Yeah, the elephant ears are a lot of fun too. They're all fun to watch out. You take a piece of puff pastry, roll it up one way, roll it up the other, you get that ear shape, and then slice those off thin and lay them down. They start off only being a little thin, but then when they puff, remember they're curled up, so they puff up and get huge. Yeah. So they don't puff tall very much, they puff outward because that's the way the layers go. So they always puff, the direction of the layers, well, perpendicular to the layers. The layers are going this way, it would puff this direction. Sure, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm not going to roll it up here in paper. I'm just going to go ahead and I'll put it on the sheet pan. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I've got it in saran wrap. On there. It's all done.
It's happening right now.
Oh, you got it?
And you can see when you put a little attention and time into it, you get a really nice product. But the real proof of the pudding is going to be how well it puffs. It looks good now, but is it going to look that great when I make product out of it? When I make an apple tart, will it puff correctly? When I make boule au vent, will it really puff as much as I want? I don't know. I can only trust my technique and hope that I did everything right and that's going to come out the way I want it to. I can only say that I assume it will. But, so, and we'll hope that all works out real nicely.